But we've got really cool lighting situations going on here. So let's have a conversation about what I did to design this in case you want to do this as well. So the first thing that we are using here is that I've got my panel light right in front of me. This is just a little clip-on panel light that I have on my phone. My ring lights are not on because if my ring lights were on, it would wash out all the colors behind me. So if you want to do something like dyeing your walls different colors, you have the opportunity to do that by using lights. These are not even fancy photography lights. That was really hard. These are just normal everyday colored light bulbs that I can use with an app on my phone, and I can actually change them. I can make them strobe, I can make them flash and flicker and do all sorts of different things. But I put them behind my plant. My plant is hiding one of them, and part of the computer screen that's a TV, but it's a monitor, is hiding one of them. And so I have both of them on, rigged up to an app, and then I can change the colors on that. But then I also have this front-facing light. This is a flat light, so it's not lighting me from either side. You can tell by where the shadows are placed on my face. It is just illuminating me straight on, so I have a nice flat lighting, which is what I typically prefer. I do not like necessarily going on side lighting because it has shadows on different sides, and I very much like that flat lighting look. But then you also see how I've got light here and here. This is our hair light, and this is actually windows. I'm actually sitting on either side of two windows, or I'm sitting in the middle of two windows. So I've got multiple light sources. You notice nothing is coming from overhead. I do have overhead lights, but I don't have them on because when you do, that gives you shadows under your eyes, under your nose, under your lips, under your chin. It's not flattering. Overhead light does not look pretty in most cases, unless you really know what you're doing. So I don't have those lights on. I do have the lights behind me on to tinge the background color, and you can kind of see it's wrapping around me. You can see where it's wrapping around, and you can see that it's bouncing off the ceiling onto my hair. So this purple light is up here bouncing off the ceiling. I've got it pointed straight up instead of at the wall just because of the angle I popped it at. That'll change in the future. But it is bouncing back off of my hair, so it's highlighting my hair, and you can kind of see it on my hand as well. So you can see how it's tinged purple. And then you can see it's bouncing off the plants and things like that. It's bouncing off the top of the book. So it's very clear that we've got the lighting going on here, but it's separated because I have this flat light in front of me. And then I've got the hair lights on either side that make my hair stand out. So that's when you can see every single strand, every single flyaway. It's because I have the lighting behind me pushing that light forward and illuminating me. So we've got this really cool look going on here that allows me to change whatever I need to change to stand out against my background and to have that conversation. Because it's got this coloring in the background, it looks very techy, and because everything is actually very techy, and I can just adapt it to whatever I need with this app, I have the ability to change my colors, and I can pick whatever works best for me for whichever video I happen to be doing. Oh, that one's really pretty. Okay. So with that, I do have the opportunity to, still be seen, and you can see how it changed the color of my hair. It changes the colors on the side of my hand when I'm doing things because of the way that the light is bouncing. You can always use things like reflectors. You can use extra lights, but this is a very general way of doing it. You want a power source or light source right in front of you that is going to give you that nice flat light so that your face is not dyed, whatever color the background is dyed, and that will allow you to pop against your background, but it cannot be too bright because if it's too bright, it's going to wash out the background, and then you can use whatever hair lights or rim lights you want to kind of illuminate you from the back. So if you don't have windows on either side of you, you do have the ability to add in just normal lights in the back that kind of push that lighting forward. So you've got the light up front, you've got the colored light in the back, then you've got the hair lights or the rim lights that are kind of making you stand out against your background. Questions or comments on how to create this for yourself? This really didn't cost me very much, just the cost of the light bulbs, which was a couple of bucks at the store. Again, not fancy lighting here. This is a really easy way for you to do this. And then I'm not even using my ring lights. It's literally a panel clip-on light that is allowing my face to be illuminated. It's close to me, and therefore it's not casting a ton of light back there, but it is making sure that I'm visible up here. Go ahead and drop those questions down below, and we can talk more tech and gear and all things for how to get your office space ready to create your content.